education life. Alright, my name is Teacher Lovely.
And yeah, with her is Teacher Mark, and today we will be studying about milk and some varieties of it. Okay, so we're going to discuss different kinds of milk and the benefits that we can get from them. Okay, so starting with
Okay, so first, okay, milk. Partner, what do you think is milk? Okay, what is milk?
well, milk is, I think it's one of the most important dairy product that people worldwide consume. Okay, I think um, we consume tons and tons of milk every year, especially like for example, let's say India. This country consumes 77.7 million tons of milk a year alone. Can you imagine that? Like how many cows or other animals produce that kind of milk? Isn't this amazing?
Yes, yes. Alright, so since we're going to talk about milk, so we have, or we, we have different kinds or different types of milk. Alright, so next, okay, so,
Okay, first one.
okay,
Okay, so we have animal-based milk. What do we mean when we say animal-based milk? Okay, so these are the kind of milk that we get from animals' mammary gland. Okay, mammals especially. Okay, what kinds of mammals produce milk? What kind of animals produce milk? Okay, I'm sorry. Though these kinds of animals are called mammals, including what you guys can see in the picture, and other kinds of mammals too, including human beings. Human beings also produce milk. But let's focus on our topic for today. First, we have cow milk, goat milk, and sheep milk. Okay, first one, cow milk, partner. I think this is the most common kind of animal which we rely on when it comes to like milk farming or milk producing. Okay, so do you know that a cow can produce hundreds of thousands of gallons of milk
oh really?
or for its entire life? And how many babies can it feed? Well, goat milk, on the other hand, I mean, it's not really common, but you know, goats, they produce or they provide 2% of the total milk consumption of, I mean, the whole world. Well, when we talk about sheep, okay, so sheep don't usually like contribute a lot, but this kind of animals, they produce very nutritious and healthier kind of milk. Okay,
Okay, so
next one we have horse milk. As you know, partner, horses are not commonly used for milking,
yeah.
right? They are used in several varieties of, I mean, they have different uses. Like for example, horses, they are used for traveling, yeah, for raising.
Raising, yes.
What else? They're also used for their meat.
Yes.
And what else? Yeah, they're used for carrying heavy loads and for pulling carts, wagons. And next one is camel, which is only common and usually seen in arid areas or what we call deserts. So camels, this is quite unusual. Actually, this is my first time that camel is actually used for milking. Never heard about it. Can you imagine that, partner? Camels don't usually eat that much since they live in deserts, right?
Yeah.
In order for animals to produce enough amount of milk, they need to graze a lot of grass, a lot of hay. That's what I know. And for camels, I don't know if they produce the same amount of milk the way cows do or other animals do, but it's quite interesting that they can produce such thing, like, and people consume it. That's what we have seen here, or what we have read in this information. Next one, buffalo. Okay, so partner, you know that buffaloes are quite different from cows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, in a way, so buffaloes are actually quite bigger and they are more like, they have like bigger build when it comes to like physical appearance. And I mean, buffaloes have different kind. I mean, they produce different kind of milk compared to cows. Why? Okay, so they produce healthier kinds of milk. Okay, it has low cholesterol, much lower cholesterol compared to cow milk, and they have more calories in it. What do you mean by calories? These are I mean, this is the kind of thing, or yeah, this is the kind of thing that we get from milk that which gives us energy throughout the day. We need calories that we can burn. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so next we have plant-based milk. Okay, but before that, what is plant-based milk? Okay, so plant-based milk, or we call alternative milk or vegan milk. Okay, it refers to manufactured non-dairy beverages made from water-based plant extract for flavoring and aroma. Okay, so plant milks are vegan beverages consumed as plant-based alternatives to dairy milk and often provide a creamy mouthfeel. Alright, so we have here, in the picture, we have different kinds of plant-based milk. Okay, so first we have almond milk. Okay, so what is almond milk? Okay, so almond milk is made by blending almonds with water and then um, straining the mixture to remove the solids, and then you can also make it by adding water to almond butter. And it also has a pleasant nutty flavor and a creamy texture similar to that of the regular milk. And um, it is also popular for people following a vegan diet, and this is for people who are allergic and allergic or like intolerant to dairy products. Alright, so next we have soy milk. Okay, so I I guess you already know this or familiar with this, right? So soy milk is a plant-based beverage. You used to it is made by cooking the soybeans in water and then grind it and pressing them to separate the insoluble fiber from the resulting liquid. And then soy milk describe the flavor as nutty or even grassy. Alright, so next we have coconut milk. Okay, so this is very popular, very famous. Alright, so we know much about this. Okay, so coconut milk comes from the white flesh of mature brown coconuts, which are the fruit of coconut tree. Okay, so this milk has a thick consistency and rich and creamy texture. And also this milk is coconut milk is a tasty, nutritious and versatile. So food that was widely available. It can also be made. It can also made easily at home. And in addition to that, it is commonly used in some dishes, common dishes in Philippines. Yeah, so we have a lot of dishes um, contain this milk or contain coconut milk. Okay, partner, what kind or what is your favorite dish that has coconut milk in it?
Well, since yeah, I'm really into cooking, I usually, not usually, but I often cook things like or dishes with coconut milk. Like for example, like Philippine style curry.
Mmm,
Yeah,
yeah,
I like it creamy
yes.
though, so that's why I use lots and lots of coconut milk in it. Yeah, and you know the Filipino people they like using coconut milk,
Coconut milk,
especially
yes.
moms.
Yes. Alright. So next we have, okay, cashew. Okay, cashew milk. Alright, so cashew milk is made from a mixture of cashew nuts or cashew butter and water. So it is rich and creamy and has a sweet and subtle nutty flavor. It's great for thickening smoothies, as a creamer for coffee, and as a substitute for cow's milk. Alright, so next we have rice milk. Okay, so rice milk. Okay, this is of course, this is very popular. Also, second to coconut milk. All right, so rice milk is a form of milk. This is a non-dairy milk. Okay, of course. Therefore, it is often recommended for people who are lactose intolerant. Okay, like me. And then this is vegan milk. It is made with boiled brown or white rice and is unsweetened. However, commercially it is mostly sold with added flavors and sweetness. So rice milk is slightly foamy and similar in appearance to other formula milks. And also it is said that this milk is lighter than cow's milk. However, it may not be as nutritious as cow's milk. Alright, so next we have oat milk. Okay, so oat milk consists of still cut oats or whole grains that are soaked in water, blended, and then strained with a cheesecloth or a special nut milk bag. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. We have that different kinds of plant-based milk. Alright, so now we're going to proceed here.
Okay. So yeah, now we're going to discuss the importance and differences of animal-based milk and plant-based milk. But before we do that, partner, I just remember what earlier you talked about rice milk. I just remember when I was really young, like maybe when I was around 5 to 7 years old. Like every time my mom cooks or steams rice, I usually get a scoop of it.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yes.
I done that too.
Yeah, even until now, I also do that. So whenever I cook rice, I get the extra
Yes.
extra liquid
Right,
and
right,
yes,
right.
and then I put some sugar or even salt
Yeah.
in that.
And it's
So
really creamy, isn't it?
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's get back to our topic: animal-based milk or plant-based milk. Okay. So, partner. Okay, since I took this side of the argument or of the discussion, and I took animal-based milk, so I have to defend this side of the argument. Well, okay. Speaking of which, animal-based milk, I can say that 80 to 90% of people worldwide use animal-based milk. What do you say?
Yeah, I think so. I think even before they use animal-based milk, even until now. So mostly some babies drink or consume animal-based milk.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not only babies. Like people of all ages consume milk. Yeah, that's why you have said from infants, young or children,
To
teenagers, young adults, and even our like beloved senior citizens. Right? But of course, they have different variations, and because each age level has a different need. Yeah, they have different body needs. Okay. So, and the most common example of this is cow milk. Yeah, this is available worldwide. You can find it almost everywhere. Okay, but isn't it quite weird to think that people are drinking milk from animals, which came from animals? You know, what do you say about it, partner?
Okay. Yes, I think so. It's because not only are humans, the only species that consumes milk, okay, in adulthood or in infants. So there are also the only to drink other animals milk of other animals. Okay, so I think biologically speaking, um, animals' milk, okay, for example, cow's milk. Okay, cow's milk is meant to feed rapidly growing calves, right?
Yeah, cows.
And then humans aren't calves.
Exactly.
So adults usually don't need to grow because they already grow, right? So I don't think that I think it's unnatural for humans to consume animals' milk.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, but yeah, you're right. It's unnatural for humans to consume animal milk. But milk contains a lot of vitamins and minerals that our body needs. Let's say, for example, yeah, old people. Yes, they don't need to grow much taller, much bigger, much healthier, but they have weaker bones. And you know, although when we get older, our bones will get weaker. So I think that's one of the reasons why we need to consume milk, because milk has something to do with our bones. It has calcium and calcium that can help our bones. And for other people, let's say for like athletes, they also need to drink milk. It's in order for them to gain more muscle. Yeah. And one example of that is sheep milk. The sheep milk is very healthy. It has it contains a lot of what we call whey protein, which is very useful for athletes and for those people who want to gain more muscle. Okay, so now, I know quite a few things about soy milk. I tried drinking soy milk, but partner, can you please tell me more about plant-based milk?
Okay, so plant-based milk, or we call it alternative based milk. Okay, so this is a substitution for animal-based milk because sometimes animal-based milk or animal's milk is really good for our body, especially if you are allergic or like lactose intolerant, right? So plant-based milk, it is rich in vitamins and minerals, and most of them are low in fat, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then they do not contain cholesterol, which is really good for maintaining your body to be fit. And then they have a healthy combination of mono and polyunsaturated fats, and it is perfect for people with a slow or slow digestive system. Okay, so plant-based milk is I think it's good alternative for animal-based milk.
Yes. Well, speaking of lactose intolerance,
Mm-hmm.
okay, there is also a certain kind of animal which produces milk that has zero, which is good for people with lactose intolerance, which is what we call camel. But you know, camel milk, I think it's the most expensive kind of milk.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because first reason, it's hard to produce camel milk.
Yeah.
But it is much healthier than other animal-based milk. Yeah, it is much healthier and it provides more vitamins and minerals. Okay, partner. So earlier you gave us some examples of plant-based milks, which are, as I remember, we have rice,
Rice, oat,
oat,
like coconut,
coconut, yeah,
almond,
and
and
what do we have? What else do we have?
okay, so we have
Yeah, we have cashew and yeah, soy milk.
yes.
Okay, which first partner, cashew and almonds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know knowing that they can be only eaten that way.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that they could. We could make
Almond,
yeah. And when I was also younger, like maybe in elementary school, my mom used to give me oats for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know how to eat it. You just put some hot water in it, or you just heat it up and then add some more milk in it.
Yes.
I didn't know that oat alone can already produce milk. Well, yeah, these are some interesting facts. And coconut milk. Yes, coconut milk, of course. I think most of Filipino people know about coconut milk. But yes, including me, myself. But I don't know if everyone knows that coconut milk can be drank.
Well, it can't be directly drunk. Okay, it can't be directly consumed through drinking. Coconut milk is used for as an ingredient in the
Yes.
dish,
Yes.
right? So this is only for additional flavor. Yeah, more like creamy flavor in the dish. So yeah, it is not can be directly drink. So it has different way of consuming.
Well, I see.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was unusual, but I tried drinking coconut milk. It was
Really?
very creamy and thick, right?
Right.
It tastes a bit nutty, but
Mhm.
yes, it's greasy, it's oily,
Yes.
it's a bit sweet, but not that tasty. You can't find any milk flavor in it. All it has is oil and yeah, coconut stuff. Okay. What about your partner? What do you like eating nuts like cashew and almonds?
Yeah, I like nuts.
When you eat this kind of legumes, have you ever felt some kind of like milky texture or milky taste in it?
Yes, of course. It is yeah, it's something like creamy flavor in it. Yes,
Mhm.
and if you grind it properly, if you grind it carefully, so you notice that it has something like fuggy color in it, and then
Mhm.
tastes like cream. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Although
yeah.
the nut flavor is or it is um substitution for cow's milk or animal's milk for desserts and
Yeah.
for some other beverage like coffee, teas, right, or chocolate drink. So in order to be more healthy, I think this vegan milk is suitable for people who likes to be or who wants to be healthy. Okay, so
Well, yeah, I was totally clueless about this because all I knew was we can only get peanut butter, but not butter out of this items like almonds and cashews. I never knew we can make milk out of it. And one more thing, I think one good thing about plant-based milk, partner. I mean, we have our vegan friends. I mean, vegan people they don't eat any meat or any dairy product. Milk is an example of a dairy product, but can we still consider this dairy if it came from plants?
Alright, so okay, dairy milk. Okay, dairy milk is usually came from animals or from mammals or from human, right? But plant-based or plant milk is not dairy milk, so it is very safe for people to consume it. So especially for vegan people, right? So and also plant milk is like okay, I don't know how to say this. Like okay. Okay, I think I forgot my okay, so plant-based milk is think this is very good alternative for people who don't really like to eat milk, meats and other dairy products because as I said, dairy milk is this is this have high calories,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
So this is very um like it adds more calories to people's people's body, and then if they consume this, I think it's hard for them to regain their health, their body. So I think they need to switch to plant-based milk in order to be fit.
Okay. Well, yeah, I totally agree with that. So, but one last thing, partner. I think this is my this is how I understand this when the comparison of animal-based milk and plant-based milk. So I can say that plant-based milk is much safer to drink for health-conscious people.
Yeah.
But well, animal-based milk, yeah. On the other hand, animal-based milk. I mean, yeah, we can get lots of cholesterol and calories out of it, but it has something more with it compared to animal-based milk. So animal-based milk has more calories, it means more energy. Plant-based milk is safe for health-conscious people. And I don't know, how about price, partner? Which one do you think is more expensive?
I think animal-based milk is more expensive because plant-based milk, if you have available ingredients, you can do it yourself, right? You can especially for example coconut milk. If you have a coconut tree in your backyard, so you can just get a natural coconut, and then you can make coconut milk out of it. So of course you know how to do it, right? And then also it's very easy to do. It's very easy to make milk out of those plants. So unlike animals milk, you still need to you still need to
Milk the animal.
milk the animal and pasteurize,
Yeah,
and it
pasteurize.
has a lot of process in order to it has a lot of process before consuming those milk, right?
Oh, I see. So does it mean that we can directly consume the milk out from the animal? Actually, once. I mean, I have cattle at home. Yeah, there was one time my dad milked the goat and gave me a full glass of it.
And then you drink it directly.
No, I just took a sip of it because it's kind of weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's because they need to pasteurize it first because there's still when you milk the some cattle, there's still some bacterial left in it, so it needs to pasteurize in order
Yeah.
to remove those bad bacteria.
Yes, you need to undergo pasteurization or like partial sterilizing.
Yeah, sterilize.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. Let's proceed to the next page. What is this? Okay.
Okay, so we have trivia of the day. Okay, why do you think milk is white?
Well, as a human being and as a mammal, it's and as we have observed since we were infants until now that we are adults, we can see from animals that when milk comes out, it's already white.
Yeah. Alright, so okay, I'll tell you why milk is white. Okay, so milk is made up of about 87 water and 1.3% solids such as fat and various proteins. So chief among these proteins is something called casein. Okay, so this substance is this protein makes the milk white. So four types of which make up about 80% of the proteins in milk. So the casein protein micelles are typically suspended somewhat uniformly throughout the milk. Then white objects in nature appear such when there is some level of light diffusion going on and no part of the visible spectrum gets reflected off the object any more than any other part of the area of the light spectrum. So it's spread. So the spectrum this substance spread widely that it can acquire or it can cover all the spaces or the light spectrum. So as you might guess from that, this casein proteins and some of the fats in the milk cover and deflect light uniformly throughout the visual spectrum. So this results in milk being fairly opaque and appearing white to our eyes. So that's why milk is white.
Okay, so yes, because it would be weird if milk would be in a different color, like brown or black, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we won't be drinking it.
Yes,
Yeah.
unless you put some chocolate powder in it, so it like brown.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I think partner, we're done for today.
Alrighty, yes. So I think that's all for today. So please like and subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell button for notification. Alright, so guys, I think this is it. Alright, so I'll call it a day and
Yeah,
bye.
guys, have a good day. Thank you for joining us. Bye.